Time now for Hawk Zone, sponsored by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
The Seahawks are now in sole possession of first place in the NFC West after a huge road win against the New York Jets. Terry Hollimon joins me in the Hawk Zone to break this one down. And the Seahawks must really love playing the Jets because we've actually never lost at MetLife Stadium, even though this game was a circus. Yeah. I'm calling it a circus.
That's the nice way to put it, a circus. Yeah, but we have not lost. 7-0 inside that stadium, and it's versus the Jets and the Giants. I guess it's our lucky place. We love New York.
I know, and the Super Bowl, right?
Yes, so, absolutely, yeah.
And early in the game, it looked like, though, that win streak might just collapse. It wasn't a great start, especially the special teams looked...
Well, yeah,
it looked like a disaster.
It was, the special teams was definitely not very special yesterday.
Yes.
But you got to look at it like this. There's no style points in the NFL. You get a win or a loss or that's it, right? Unfortunately for the Seahawks, the first half of this game looked terrible. The special teams mistakes were just atrocious. We've had a couple of drop kicks by Laviska Shenault. We had a 92-yard return by the Jets. It just looked bad. And just like the rest of you guys out there who watched the game, I'm sure you probably yelled some things that were very inappropriate at your television in the first half.
Yeah.
Walked around the town a little bit.
You were walking around, right?
I walked around some friend's house that wasn't even my house. I went upstairs, checked in the bedrooms and stuff. I couldn't watch it for the first half, but then fortunately, there's two halves.
Exactly, I know. And thankfully, the defense, I feel like, really stepped up and made some huge plays, especially Big Cat Williams.
Oh,
I mean, talk about this guy.
So first and foremost, the Seattle Seahawks, it's been a theme all year long. Defenses held through, been very, very special. But Big Cat Williams, Leonard Williams, had the game of a career. And it seems like it's a recurring theme the last few weeks. This guy had a couple of sacks. He had some incredible pressures on Aaron Rodgers, but most importantly, he had a pick six, an interception that he was able to take back all the way to the house. I thought that halfway through that run, though, Big Cat was going to call for an Uber because he didn't look like he was going to make it.
He needed some oxygen after. If you saw that, he got some oxygen.
He did. I needed oxygen just watching it because I was losing my mind and I had to get the breather. Yeah.
Oh, it was so. I think someone said like that's the biggest run for someone over 300 pounds or something. Did you hear that statistic?
I did hear that. I'm going to take their word for it. Yeah, for sure. Those guys, you got to think about this. Not only do they play defense, but he's a defensive lineman. They never get their hands on the ball unless maybe it's a fumble, but to catch an interception and then have the ability to make it all the way to the end zone, once in a lifetime opportunity. Yeah.
I know. I was so happy for him. And the Seahawks defense, also talking about them, they didn't let any points be scored in the second half.
Yes.
But we kind of it took a little bit, I feel like, for the offense. What's happening with our offense, and what do you think needs some improvement there?
Okay. So there are some good things that are happening with this offense.
Okay, we'll
start with the good part, right?
Okay, please.
You know, Geno Smith was able to navigate their way to another win. That's first and foremost the most important thing. Jackson Smith-Njigba is not only proven to be a great young wide receiver, he's one of the best slot receivers in the National Football League right now. I think he's the best. Kenneth Walker does good things when there's holes available, but to go to the bad part, the offensive line has still been struggling, still been making some mistakes, having missed blocks. So there's some things I'm going to have to improve there. Geno Smith still holds on to the ball a little too long. It's like he has glue on his fingers. Like if you looked in the game, there was a part in the second half when he threw the ball and it came out of his hands. It's because he had glue on his hands. It got a little stuck and fumbled out. But yeah, firstly, for the Seahawks, they came through the W. So offense has some things they need to improve on. Defense is still looking great.
I know. And okay, speaking of that, who is your player of the game? I think I might have an idea.
I wonder who it might be. Leonard Big Cat Williams is obviously the player of the game. Had a career day, like I said earlier, 2 sacks, a pick six. Anytime a big guy like that gets a pick six, he has to be the player of the game. So big up to him.
And this is 2 weeks in a row that you've had him as your player of the game, right?
Absolutely. He's trying to get a raise. He wants to. Be careful, Seahawks, because Leonard Williams is going to ask for some money. I promise you, this offseason. So, yeah.
Well, there you go. And after this week, we're actually headed back to Arizona, right, to play the Cardinals again.
Yes.
What's it looking like? How hard is this game going to be for us?
It's going to be an opportunity for the Seahawks to put the nail in the coffin in the NFC West. The biggest thing for the Seahawks, again, is going to be able to contain Kyler Murray. He's a very dynamic running quarterback. So if they can contain him, keep him in the pocket, put pressure on him, I think that bodes well for the Seahawks. And in my opinion, that's the number one thing. The defense is going to do their thing. Offense is going to have to put some points on the board. No turnovers. It's a W.
I know, and how do we keep this momentum going? I mean, we won a few games in a row. This is exciting. I know this one wasn't perfect.
Right. So obviously they're going to have to correct some things in the special teams. I think the offense is going to have to pull some things together, tighten up a little bit, take care of things at the line of scrimmage. That's the big boys up front. They're going to have to take care of things up front for them to win this next weekend and to win moving forward.
I love it. Terry, I love when you're here, and I love talking Hawks with you.
So much fun. Yeah, let's go Hawks.
Let's go. And Terry, here's also a holiday gift idea for any music lover on your list. Collective Soul is playing at the Muckleshoot Casino Event Center on Tuesday, January 14th. Collective Soul formed during the grunge and alternative rock era and rose to international fame in 1993 with their #1 hit, Shine.
Oh. Heaven, let your light shine down.
Ooh, yes. Visit the website on your screen for more ticket information if you want to hear them maybe instead of Terry sing. Although I thought that was good.